Hello and welcome to a Gridrunner on the Commodore VIC-20, and it's for the unexpanded VIC-20, and this came out in '82 and it is by Jeff Minter, and it was in fact the first Jeff Minter game I ever played. So I was lucky enough to own this back in the day, and let's get started. So the game is loosely based on the coin-op Centipede. The similarity being that you have these enemies that start at the top and snake their way down the screen, and there's also those sort of pods that start to decay and then they fall their way down and obviously destroy you if they hit you on their way down. I think the big laser guns at the bottom and the side, I think that's a sort of feature he added, and the game is a lot faster to play than Centipede, especially this version. You may have seen the Commodore 64 version, which actually I don't think is quite as good as this version. I think this version is far superior, partly because it feels a bit faster. That might be due to the fact that the gameplay area is a little smaller due to the chunky graphics, the sort of fatter pixels, but it just feels more confined and just feels faster to play. I was never quite a big fan of the Commodore 64 version, but the VIC-20 version, yeah, always quite a big fan of it. And there's not much variety in between the levels. This is pretty much the game. It's purely for score. And if you're a big shoot 'em up fan, this is, and you know you like a bit of Twitch shoot 'em ups, you're not a big fan of memorising levels or power ups or anything like that. This is, if you prefer games like Defender, this is definitely a game to have a look at. And graphically it's pretty simple, but it's quite effective. I think it's nice, everything's nice and clear. And I think sound effects are great, and they're much more powerful than the C64 ones. Especially that big laser beam that blasts. Yeah, that sound effect, I think it's great. But even your weapon sound effect sounds pretty good to me. So yeah, I think the gameplay is still pretty good. Even though it's simple, it's nice and fast and furious, and yeah, it just feels great to play. Ultimately, it's going to get repetitive. I think it depends on. Yeah, I suppose it depends on how much you like shoot 'em ups, or this kind of shoot 'em up. But if you're just after something to pick up and play, and it's a little bit frantic, yeah, this is definitely one to look at. And of course, it's for the unexpanded VIC-20, which I think is a pretty good achievement. Jeff Minter, he wrote a sequel called, I think it's called Matrix, which is pretty much the same idea, except there was a couple more features. There was a extra sort of enemy at the top of the screen who would fire things at you, and the main grid sort of scrolled a little bit, made it a little bit more disorientating, I think. But I still prefer this, to be honest. So I'll give this 8.5 out of 10. I think maybe I prefer Omega Race slightly as a shoot 'em up on the VIC-20, just because the gameplay feels a little bit more involved, but it's not quite as fast as this, so it's not much in it. Both are great games. Right, so 8.5 out of 10 for Gridrunner, and see you in the next video.